Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session, I'm going to give lecture about the first short play in the fourth unit of DGBC Foundation English 4. This is Brides Are Not for Burning. This one is written by Dina Mehta. Before going with the session, subscribe the channel if you've not yet subscribed it. This writer, Dina Mehta, is an actually Indian writer who belongs to the Parsi community. She is a playwright and short story writer and a novelist. She wrote a novel called And Some Take a Lover. This is the only novel which she has written. The play Brides Are Not for Burning. This one actually quite popular in Maharashtra as it talks about the facts which are there in the society, even the political events from the backdrop for a human relationship has been shown in her works. And this writer had explored the history of India and even her community in order to bring the identification of their community through some creativity and ethnic identity she has done for her community. She had also took part in some debates in which she had shared views about her community. Okay, this is about the writer Dina Mehta. Now, this play, Brides Are Not for Burning, it talks about the views of the society on women and the violence which are happening against women. It is being followed traditionally for quite long years, but in the recent days we could see some changes in the society, but still it's happening here and there. Now, let me list out the characters which involved in this play. The father is a retired clerk who is about 70 years old, whose daughter Malini and Lakshmi is his elder daughter. Anil is his son, and Vinod is Lakshmi's husband. So these are the characters, quite important in this play. And this play opens. It was set about 7 o'clock in the evening. Opens with father and Malini. Malini is a younger daughter, and these two, appear in the beginning of the play. Since father is very old, 70, and he forgets certain things, he won't remember the things like he's suffering from the short-term memory loss. Now. The father was reading the newspaper. He was sitting in a chair. Okay, he was reading newspaper. He was very fragile. Okay, and Malini also was sitting there, and she was making her brother Anil to wait. Okay, because she's a student in law college. She's doing that. There, the father is who is looking at the paper, and he is looking for some information in this newspaper. And she's also asking, and he says like he's reading the newspaper and saying that the sugar prices have come down. He talks about like that, but she is looking about a report in newspaper to be printed. She talks about the report of Lakshmi's death. Lakshmi is no more right now. She was dead. She got married a few years back, and she was living with her husband's family. Vinod is her husband. Okay, and she was died. She was, it was a fire accident. That is what they said, but she didn't believe in that. She is telling, no, it cannot be the accident. It was, a murder. They might have planned it. The family, might have planned, and they might have killed, because it was in culture. It was in people's mind that they expect a huge dowry from the bride family, and sometimes the bridal's family, they give what they promised, but sometimes if they don't give, if they couldn't give all those dowries which they promised to the bridegroom's family, they'll kill the woman wife in order to go to the second marriage, so that they can ask for the expected dowries. And sometimes if they insure the woman, okay, they'll kill the wife, and after that they'll find the insured amount from the insurance office. Okay, this is how people are following. That's why she was suspecting it cannot be the accident, it's a murder. She says very strongly. So it opens with Malini and father. Okay, she says, the report about my sister Lakshmi is not there in the newspaper because we are not important to the society. Of course, we could accept that a few years back. Only the last 2 decades, people are quietly talking about the women's issues in the society. But prior to that, people mostly they won't give much importance for these issues. They won't print these information on the newspapers. Of course, we have to confess that. Okay, so that is what she's also thinking. We are not important to them. Okay, now the father was sitting on the chair and reading newspaper, and suddenly he's asking, "Who is there in the kitchen?" Lakshmi is there. He forgot that she got married few years back and she's living with her husband. Okay, he's asking like that. Malini reminds him that no, she's not there. She's no more. And while talking, he also asking Malini to send Anil to the bazaar to get the vegetables before it gets closed. And the conversation was happening like this. Even during the marriage, there was some issues happened that the groom's father, who have flung 100 rupees notes in the feet of Lakshmi's father, so that he can feed the extra guest. Okay, so this is how the things would happen. And father also saying like he gave dowry as 12 tolas of gold and 2000 rupees for alls. Okay, and even steel vessels, sari, silk. But the groom family's expectation was endless. He couldn't give all their expectations. And the father is telling, that they might have thought like, I'm a clerk, I might have got a bribe so that, I can give what they are expecting. But no, he was, very honest person. So the discussion was happening even for the name for Lakshmi. Lakshmi, as per the according to Hindu religion, Lakshmi is a goddess name of wealth. Okay, the goddess of wealth. Now the conversation shifted to Anil and Malini, the father who keeps quiet, and slowly he was in drowsy, he was sleeping on a chair. She is telling that it's a murder. Malini is telling, but Anil was not accept that. No, how it could be the murder? It's an accident. He says it's an accident. Even the police report shows it's an accident. But she didn't believe in that. Okay, they might have framed in such way. She didn't believe all those the verdict which they have made. So what they said, like Lakshmi's sari was soaked in kerosene by accident, and somehow a match was set by an accident. Okay, that is what they said. But she didn't believe that. Okay, so Malini says like Lakshmi, she was not a clumsy. We know about her, so they are lying. Anil wanted to deviate the topic. He doesn't want to talk about it. And even there are many people, they could have prevented it, they could have stopped it. Okay, and Anil is giving answer all the questions which she is asking. And he said Vinod tried his best, but he couldn't rescue her. That is what he says. What Malini is asking, like the stove was in the kitchen, how she was found in the living room, how is it possible? But Anil is telling, no, she might have run out of from the kitchen in a panic. Okay, okay, that is what he says. Even the evidence, according to the evidence, this is what they said. And but she's telling, okay, of course, it's possible. Like people can came out of the kitchen in a panic, but I can't take this word because the last year around 350 women died of burns in the city alone, in Mumbai city alone. So some of them were insured wives. So the motto of the family to get the money somehow. The first thing, they are expecting more dowries. If they don't get more dowries from the woman's family, they insure the wife, and after that they kill, they set an accident, and they make a plan to kill the woman, and through which they get the money from the insurance company. So that's why she didn't believe that. And this guy is telling, okay, Vinod's family is not need of money, and there is no sure that whether she was Lakshmi was insured or not. That guy is telling like that, but she says no. They might have planned it. They might have killed it. And he says no. Vinod is not earning much to pay insurance, so it cannot be the planned murder. It is an accident. Vinod is telling like no, they don't expect anything from us. Of course, they would have not done this. But she is telling no. Of course, they must have done this. People who are protesting, people who are protesting much, they will make a plan, they will expect. So he's asking how did you know this? Whether Lakshmi told you this? She said, no, Lakshmi never told about this, but Tarla, okay, Tarla, Tarla, she's the one who told me that, okay. Of course, but this guy is telling, she's, tooth for gossip, don't take her words. Who says? Anil is telling, don't trust the words of Tarla. So Tarla has been informing to Malini that Lakshmi was tortured a lot the last 5 years since she got married to the family, and it was like a family of vulture. That is what Malini also thinking. This guy is telling, then why father married Lakshmi to such a vulture family? But she's telling, he didn't know about this. She was trying his best to Lakshmi, but so Malini is explaining that the last 5 years she was serving in the house as a cook and as a menial. She was used as a menial, okay, for domestic works. Finally, they succeeded in killing our sister, but Anil is asking Malini to shut up because he doesn't want to hear all those news. But Malini is telling, no, we lost our sister. Our sister is dead, but you're not listening my words. Okay, that guy is telling, like, anyway, she is beyond the pain. Why do you remind that all these things? I mean, just leave me. And he's telling, 5 people gave the evidence from the family. Okay, then why do you talk about it? Now, Malini was not trusting because who gave the evidence, who were the testimonial for this? 5 people from the same family we know. Then there is mother Arjun, is his brother, okay, brother Arjun, paid servant Kalu, okay. These are the a witness with which they framed the ordinance that it was an accident. Okay, that's what she didn't believe. But Tarla is Lakshmi's friend. Okay, she gave a lot of information. What was the torture which she was experienced in this house? That's why she's asking, do you believe that it was accident? But this guy telling, anyway, just leave that. He's telling, just leave that. She's gone. Just leave her. Let her be. She is beyond the redress, beyond the pain. Why do you talk about it again? But she said, people have to be taken revenge. They should be punished. That is why I am fighting for that. He says, anyway, the case is going in the court, they'll take care of it. But she was very angry. No, I cannot trust them. I spit on the law courts. I don't believe that. Okay, they work for the rich, is not for the poor. Okay, that is what she says. But this fellow is telling, why do you talk about it? You don't talk like this. So there was a man called Roy, who is Geeta's husband, who says to Malini that even the protection in uniform has its price. So everything is works for money. Okay, and she's asking, you better go and ask the Harijan, the Dalit people, the outcast people. There are so many cases of the brutality, cruelty against Harijan people were not reached to the court. Why? Because they are looking for the justice of their pain, but it was denied. So I don't believe in the law courts. That is what she's telling. So she says, I have a plan to inquire everyone. I want to question the mother-in-law and even the servant Arjun. I want to question everyone to find out what was happened actually. But this guy Anil, who says, I won't be coming because I have a new job. I need to get on with that. I cannot come with you. But she's asking, what is the job? Okay, already your friend Sanjay's father who gave you the job, but you ignored it. This guy is telling, no, I don't like that. Though he's my friend, I don't want to take this job because they are looking at profit only. They don't look for the service. I don't need that. But she says, no, Sanjay's father will be there for a few years. After that, Sanjay will be the head, he will be the chief. And of course, you can be the right hand for him. Why do you come away from this? No, but she says, no, I don't want to be like that. Finally, this guy, Anil, who doesn't want to come with Malini for the inquiry, but she says, anyway, I'll go with myself. I'll take care of this. Chizu will ask Sanjay to accompany me tomorrow for this. I'll change myself as a Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is a fictional character used by a British writer, okay, Sherlock Holmes. So she says, no, I'll change myself. I'll impersonate as a Sherlock Holmes, where I'll ask question everyone, and if I go in the Mercedes car, they may not answer me properly, so I'll go on foot and take all this evidence back. Malini is also blaming her father because Lakshmi was not sent to school properly, because Lakshmi was the eldest daughter. She has to take care of her sister. That's why she was doing the babysit. She was there as a babysitter to take care of all her sisters. That's why she was not able to attending schools. This guy Anil is not coming to accompany Malini, and even he is not ready to take the offers of Sanjay's father in the pesticide production company. So he is talking like, it's hand grenades as an explosive articles which they are making. Actually, no, they got pesticides company, and this fellow is telling no, it's a dangerous company. That's why I said no for this, as well as they're looking for the profit. But she blames him, like you turned down the salary, four-figure salary. If you'd have joined there, of course, it could have been a big support to the family, and Lakshmi would have received the dowries from our father, what father promised to the family, and even I would have got better life. You denied, you ignored the job, okay, the job offer. But she says like, after completing my examination, I look for a better job and I need to live better life. So this guy says like, no, oh, you are dreaming to become another Portia, okay? Portia, vanished like a picked bubble, okay? Like Portia, as how she left the family, how she lived in the play called Merchant of Venice. He, mocks her. She said, I need to work on it. And finally, she gave a powerful statement that the weakness of democracy is that they move too slowly in the right direction. So the that is the weakness of democracy. People are moving very slowly in the right direction. Okay, so this is how the play gets over. So what she's telling, she wanted to work very fast to trace the fact what was happened actually to her sister, whether it was she didn't believe that it is an accident. She is telling it is a murder, planned murder. Okay, it might have planned by the Vinod's family. So this play completely talks about how women were treated for many years. Women were used an object. Of course, women were need to carry a lot of dowries if they get to married. Okay, all these troubles are being dumped on the women's. Okay, with this, the session gets over. Thanks for listening. Subscribe the channel.